Good morning, everybody. I hope this day finds you well. Let's take a moment and get settled. Give yourself a little bit of room. Oh, I guess we do have another minute or so before things get started. So, I hope that you're able to enjoy yourself and occupy your time a little bit while we are home and spending time, away from our professions and away from our careers and things like that. It's a little bit like what it's like to be retired, only forced, right? Okay. So one of the most significant things we can do when we think about this, I'm hoping that you get back into some fun things like that you enjoy learning. For example, while we're off, it behooves us to catch up on things like music and art and anything that you can do to start to work on keeping your mind going and keeping yourself active and refining the resources that we have available. So I hope that you are able to do things like that. If you're into music, or not just listening to it, but if you can pick up an instrument and just enjoy it. It doesn't mean that you have to do it for the sake of entertaining anybody else, and nobody has to hear what you're doing. Generally speaking, it's really for your own enjoyment. It's not really necessary to get the feedback of others, right? For the sake of our enjoyment. You can just enjoy the music itself. We're wired for it, aren't we? All right. Let's start by getting our body warmed up a little bit. Today we're going to be talking about Tai Chi, but how we can use Tai Chi generally as a way of getting in touch with and bringing up our natural resources. So give yourself a little bit of room. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. When we think about, generally speaking, the art of Tai Chi and the learning experience that we strive to go through has ingredients that are in common. And one of the most common denominators that we strive to focus on is remaining stable. Remaining stable and integrating our body together through our actions is how we try to perform when we practice Tai Chi. And the long-term effect of doing that over many years, over thousands and thousands of repetitions, your body polishes, your circulation improves, and you begin to gain more awareness and control of what's going on inside of you. You have amazing natural resources available. We'll talk a little bit more about that and how some of these old cultures, utilize those resources for the sake of healing our body from different diseases and infection. So let's begin. Start by relaxing your body downward. Feel the feet. Let everything go inside your body. Your feet are nice and wide apart. Stretch that head up gently. Relax your chest inward. Be sure that your shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers are gently settled and extended. Moving down your frame, release your waist downward. So by starting almost like you're about to sit down, allow your knees to bend a little bit and let that waist settle and release the tension in the upper half of our body. So from here, with that attention, let's see if we can draw our attention to dantian. A little flexing area here will help you to feel that. And use that area of your body to wield yourself back and forth. Try to minimize the hip and thigh turning. That's different. That's turning your frame. We're trying to use the center area as a control area for our body. So to do that, let's minimize the activity in the legs and hips and focus on moving from the center. So here's a simple warm-up that helps us practice. Feel your tummy pushing on your feet. You feel your feet reacting. Fling that energy. We're trying to understand energy. One of the benefits of Tai Chi practice is understanding the body's energy, right? And energy in this case is simply motion. So we're going to wheel that motion through our body. We can feel that happening, of course. So by internalizing our attention, we're going to have a lot more coordination and control over that process. All right, relax your body. From here, rotate your head, push down on the floor. Push your crown point up towards the ceiling. Change direction. Stay stable, feel, and one of the ways to do that, just release, feel your feet. Then rest, push on the floor, roll your shoulders. Feel the integration, feel inside your body. We're trying to open up any kind of interference or any kind of restriction in our body. So push through any aches and pains and move it through. Keep driving motion through your body as if you're trying to like open up the plumbing, right? We're liquid filled. We have lots of circulation systems, electrical systems, hydraulic systems, liquid systems, right? So in summary, boost energy through your body and try to open up any blockages. Sit comfortably, open your side, pull down on your waist, lift up, open your ribs. Ease up again. Feel your waist settling, open your ribs. Hands fall slow, one hand inside the other. Stretch your spine. Ease up. Let your hands fall slow. Let your weight down. Again, feel that liquid nature internally. Spin. Nice and free. Change direction. Very important that you turn up your awareness of the feeling. We're going to try to minimize our brain activity a little bit and turn up our observation skills. And you do that simply by feeling your body more, right? Here, hands come down to your knees. Feel how your feet react. Change direction. And up slow. Extend your frame. Here we're going to lean forward and stretch. Reach to your right. Center. Left. Back to center. To the right. Center. Left. Back to center. Sit on your feet. Hands on the floor, lean on your hands, feet out parallel. Bend your knees, hands above your knees. Tuck your tail, round your spine, let your body sag and kind of bounce freely. Then bring a smooth wave. Remember, we're trying to plunge the body. Drive any tension out. Coil energy, push. Turn sideways. Coil in roundness. Push. Right to the top. Push. 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 So when we think of Tai Chi and the concept and theory of Tai Chi, it gets its inspiration from a great work of art, a book written by Lao Tzu 2,600 years ago called I Ching. And in summary, this is oversimplifying this book. It doesn't do it any justice saying it this way, but in summary, it's a book that looked at nature. It looked at nature and tried to understand how nature worked, how we, being a part of nature, would be more like nature. And in summary, he surmised that everything was in a constant state of change. And that change that we were witnessing was a self-harmonizing effect that nature constantly tries to do. But we can learn from that by observing the world around us, observing nature. The idea is that Tai Chi helps us practice being natural. So the goal of Tai Chi practice is to have your life in harmony. Now, we can do that physically, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, lots of different ways we can look at harmonizing our lives. So ideally, when you practice this principle routinely, it tends to become a standard by which we can apply to any area of our life. It's a solid strategy, meaning that harmony is reasonable, right? I think we would all safely agree that things work better when they're in harmony. Well, the same is true of our bodies naturally. So when we think of harmonizing within our body, one of the things that we're trying to balance and be certain that is working really well is our circulation. And so the movements you see in Tai Chi, they look soft and comfortable on the outside, but the reality, there's a work element going on the inside that's designed to charge the body. And using the body's internal energy, those forces can be used to drive through interferences within the body. And the side effect is, over time, it's a little like you're stirring. So imagine you had a lot of liquid in a great big pan and you're cooking, for example, and you're trying to make sure that you don't burn that thing. You keep it down low and you can churn that fluid up and churn your sauce up and churn your soup up, whatever it may be, but keep all those ingredients stirred so that you have a balanced dish, right? A balanced meal. So in summary, internally, we're liquid filled, and we can use liquid to conduct forces. And it's kind of cool to be able to discover that about yourself and to discover that about your energy. Now, I want to talk a little bit about an ancient practice that's used that is designed to help to remove infection from the body. Let's take a look at what happens to our body, so to speak, when we experience an infection, whether that's a flu or a virus or any type of internal attack to the body. One of the things that the body tries to do, whether it's to kill a bacteria or whatever the case may be internally, the body immediately heats up. It goes into a fever. And the fever is a natural side effect of that. It's a natural thing your body does. My daughter's a nurse, and we were talking a little bit about what your body goes through when it's experiencing an infection. And the tendency for us, surprisingly, is that we try to counter that. We really don't want that fever to go up too high because, of course, damage can occur. But there's a certain positive effect that's occurring inside of you when you're having a fever. And that's your body trying to take care of that bacteria, try to kill off that bacteria internally, using heat to do that. Well, we can help that process. And the way that we can help that process is to manually elevate our body's energy. You can do that both in stillness and in motion. And in summary, we would like to do that. We want to routinely boost our body around, turn up that body's energy, do a little bit of internal heating with that, and assist our body's process in healing ourselves, right? Now, that's what exercise basically does for us. So I'm not suggesting that you go out, intensify your exercise and max yourself out and sweat yourself to death, so to speak. But don't try to medicate yourself and stop all of those processes from occurring. Be careful of that. Whatever you're doing, of course, make sure you're under the care of some kind of medical professional helping you make those decisions. But I want to try to encourage you to consider a natural approach to support whatever else you're doing. And what I want to say is that let's take our basic training posture we call the post. Now, the post position can be a wonderful method of self-discovery because it allows you through stillness to look inside and feel your body internally, be aware of what's going on with your thinking, to practice observing your mind and letting those thoughts go by, focusing on your attention. And there's lots of things that happen even in this very stillness effect. But this ancient practice that I'm talking about was the idea of heating up the body, applying heat. So that it actually put you inside of an oven or put you inside an area and actually build a little bit of a fire underneath you, wrap you up, and cause you to burn off that infection. Amazing, right? I'm not suggesting you turn on the oven and get ready. All I'm suggesting to you is that through exercise, by making your body sweat, by working your body, even though you're stiff and achy and you're just not feeling, don't hide. Get out, move around, make that circulation work hard, exercise your body quite thoroughly. And I think you'll find that you'll endure and you'll push yourself through these things a little bit easier. The other thing, the side effect, of course, is if you do this routinely, well, you're already going to add that inner strength and turn up that immunity as well. So heat, internal heat, is a natural thing, to us especially, and it elevates itself based on the body's need to do that. But we can assist in doing that with a good solid exercise. Let's try it. Put your feet nice and wide. Bring your arms out in a big circle. Sink your chest, stretch your head up, release your body into your feet. Now, this can vary. So what I'm going to recommend that you do is that you turn up the intensity. So how do we do that? We squeeze the tummy and push on your hands. Push on your feet. Try to pressurize the inside of your body. Imagine you're compressing chi in the dantian, and that energy inside the center is pushing into the perimeter. Okay? So now you can do it two ways. You can hold it for several seconds at a time and then release it and then go back at it, or you can simply cycle it with your breath, which is more qigong-like. So in summary, if you're combining breath with the intense energizing of the core and the pressing of the body, the breath will help you synchronize and add that charge. So let's try it. We're going to breathe in deep into the dantian and push internally. Hold and relax. Push and relax. Condense your chi in the dantian. Feel your breath. Breathe way down into your root, way down into the dantian. So breath and motion synchronize, and the intensity is something you can vary. And then after several reps, just sit and relax. Keep your arms up, just focus on your breathing a little bit. Just sustain and hold and relax your breathing, be natural. Now you can also add to this effect a little bit by bundling up, in other words, more layers. Imagine you were dressing up like it's really cold outside. So you want your body to sweat. You want to raise that body temperature. Don't avoid the feeling of sweat. You can take a shower afterwards. The whole idea is turn up your body's internal temperature manually. And what does that? Work. Work creates an increase in temperature. Try it. Feel your body expanding. Feel that energy. This is your chi, your natural resource available to you. Hands fall slow. I recommend you do that as many times as you can. Now, almost any form of exercise will work. We're doing a relatively stationary one, right? But a good brisk walk, like you're in a little bit of a hurry, maybe put a weight or two in your hand and bundle up and turn it on, get out there and charge up the body and mix up the fluids. Make sure that you're not sitting still for too long, right? So you can encourage the body, help the body deal with infections. And that way to do that, in summary, is to raise your body's temperature manually. All right, let's try a couple others. Let's try the opening. The opening is, again, the very first action in the form. What we're going to do is, instead of doing the opening really soft, now, when you think about using Tai Chi, one of the principles tells us to use our mind instead of strength. Absolutely want to do that. So in summary, when you're practicing or applying a motion, I'm going to turn sideways here, without any real effort, I'm just going to use my mind as if I'm just nice and comfortable and just use my mind. And that's wonderful. It's very meditative. It helps you to get in touch with yourself spiritually and energetically. So many wonderful things by turning down the intensity, looking inside. But today what we're trying to do is we're trying to turn up that energy. We're trying to be more observant of energy, and we're trying to use it more to our advantage. And one way to do that is by turning up the intensity. Okay? So what I'm going to do is imagine that I have a little bit of natural resistance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up that internal tension, similar to what we were doing here, where we were breathing and surging, right? We're breathing and surging. We can apply that same idea to the opening. So here I'm going to turn sideways. I'm going to relax my waist, I'm going to sink my chest, my arms by my side. Make sure you can feel the springiness in your feet. And before you move, what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath and see how that breath affects us internally. Imagine you're a liquid bag, right? You're full of liquid, and any pressure inside can be felt throughout since there's no gaps in liquid, right? So feel your body, feel that tummy. A nice deep firm breath, breathing in. Again, push on the floor, breathing in. Minimal movement. Let your breath do it. Let the energy internally do it. Nice firm press on your legs. A little flex, little tummy charge. Brighten your gaze. Breathe deep and firmly. Imagine that you're inside of a suit, like a suit, and it's all like rubber, like you're inside of a rubber suit. And you're trying to push, but the suit is pushing back on you, squeezing you tight. And you're trying to stretch that suit out, the whole body suit, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to reach inside, we're going to turn up that power, push down on the floor, brighten your gaze, take a deep breath, rotate your palms and push firmly on the floor. Feel it. Elbows, wrists, and fingers, and settle that weight right down. Now imagine, you could actually feel that coming up inside of you, driving your hands. Don't just do it empty. Here, empty. We call this paper tiger, no value. Okay, you need a little bit of work value in there. Mainly in this case because we're trying to stir up and increase the heat of our energy a little bit, right? So to do that, we have to turn up that intensity, the intensity a little bit more than we would if we were just practicing in a meditative-like state. Here we're trying to use our resources, increasing the body's temperature to sort of assist the body in dealing with infection. Let's try it. From here, deep breath. Coil down into your feet. You're coiled and rounded, ready to push firm. Push on the floor, breathing in. Stretch and extend, and then release the energy right back down in your feet. Again, pushing on the floor, a little like very slowly shaking out a rug, right? Push firm, feel your legs flex, feel your tummy flex, feel the movement go right up through you. and press down. Feel the body's internal resources. Try it again. Deep breath. Press down. Again. Press down. Again, deep breath. Press down. Hands on the side. Now, it's kind of hard to imagine moving so slowly that you can actually raise the body's temperature. What's hard to tell is the amount of internalization and force you're using inside just by looking, right? So feel very thoroughly, turn that power up inside. It belongs to you. You can regulate that and use it to your advantage to open up your body's circulation. For those of you that have been doing this for a little while, let's take a look at the movements in section 2. I want to look at one, repulsive monkey, where we can take this same concept, and as you're working through the learning experience in the form, you can break these motions down and begin to charge them up. And add that healing effect to them, right? I'm going to turn and face the mirror this way and give you a perspective over the shoulder. Let's take a look at repulse the monkey. Allows us to use splitting force to create that harmonizing effect. Let's start with our feet close together. Turn your right foot 45 degrees. Sit on your right foot. Put your left heel on the floor. So we're all the weight is clearly on one side. My body is turned 45 degrees. I'm going to put all the weight on the right side. I'm going to keep my shoulder turned to the corner and touch the heel in a V-like shape on the center. So from here, let's make a fist with our right hand. With all the weight on your right leg, reach with your left hand. Let your body down. Bring your right hand in front of your shoulder, your left hand extended. Push. 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 Peel the foot back, sitting on your left, reaching back. Feel your tummy flex. Push. Push firmly. Okay, so in summary, you can take any one of the actions in the form, of course, and do that, right? Let's try that again. From here, empty stance. Feel your tummy, feel your legs. Turn up that inner power. Push. Reach with your left. Root your body. Let your body down. Feel power. Feel power. Here. Push. Drive the motion a little bit. Reaching back. Plant your feet. Feel your waist flex. Push. Drive. Okay? So in summary, there's 3 reps in that case, but the point is take individual actions and work them from the standpoint of charging the motion up. Let's take a look at one nice and easy. Wave hands like cloud. This is also part of section 2. We can do this when they actually without the footwork for the sake of observing and doing the motion together. From here, take your left and right hand in front of you. From here, round the body. The chest is sunk, the waist is relaxed. Let's take the right hand down low and the left hand up high. My hands are kind of parallel to each other, right? So feel your tummy in this case. Turn your waist to the left. Push on your right foot. Push on the floor. Turn your waist. Push. 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 Feel firmly like you're trying to drive the motion through you. Don't worry about how well you're doing the action. More turn up the force and utilize your energy. Push firmly. Push firmly as if you're sending motion all the way through your fingers. You're trying to eliminate any interference in your body. You're trying to work that energy a little bit more to create a heating effect. Wave that energy through your body. Stay low. Feel the charge in your tummy. Feel like you're pressing firm. Now there's no resistance in the air, so it's very easy to just get away with doing, oh, wonderful. Very meditative, very good for self-discovery, all that cool stuff. Tai Chi is a wonderful art form for that. But we can also use it more medicinally in a sense that you can push firmly. Push, push, push. Drive the liquid through your body. Drive these forces through the liquid side of your body. Right? Use your body in an intense way. All right? So throughout the day, I want to try to encourage you to turn up your body's inner force and apply it to something else you're doing. Practice it with very, very simple things. We use the idea of, pushing a vacuum around. Instead of just gently move and settle into your legs, keep your body turned on and practice turning up the body's energy internally, right? Kind of a fun way to discover yourself. A great way to add energy. We're like a battery. So the more that you use your energy, the more you're going to attract atmospheric energy into your body. You're like a storage cell in a way. Every one of our cells has a positive and negative charge. So it's up to us to maintain a very healthy charge in our body. And we can do that, of course, with exercise, with work. And that's the difference. Help your body heal. Help your body feel stronger. Help your mind feel calmer. Use Tai Chi to your advantage. I look forward to your questions and comments. You guys have always been very, very supportive. I appreciate that so very much. Guys, continue to enjoy yourself throughout the day and try to apply these ideas. Love you guys. Have a great day. Be blessed. It's going to be a nice warm one. Look forward to seeing you on Friday. We'll work on pieces of Section 3.